Welcome everybody, SK Lifestyle of course, and per request I'm going to do an audio test on my 2005 Highlander Limited. Now, this has a JBL audio system, so it sounds pretty good, and I'm going to test it against my brand new 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe. So that car has an infinity sound system, and I've only had it very recently, maybe a couple of weeks, but it sounds pretty good, and I think it's a very good car to test. It's another SUV. It's a brand new car with a very good infinity sound system, so we'll see how the Highlander stacks up. Let's check it out. All right, so the test's gonna be pretty simple. I got 3 tracks to play, one hip-hop, one kind of alternative with a little bit of guitar and stuff, and then I got one little classic joint, classical joint to play, so you can hear some of the actual instruments very well. And I'm just gonna play them on regular 0 everything. I'm not going to turn up the bass, I'm not going to turn up the treble, I'm not going to fade it one way or the other. It's going to be just stock, just the way it would come, just so you can see what it's like. So I'm going to play those on the inside on each car, and I'm also going to play them on the outside of each car with the windows down, so you can kind of get a sense of what it would sound like, you know, if you're hanging out next to your car, you know, playing some tunes. So that said, let's start it. All right, so inside the car, I'm going to do a quarter volume, half volume, and 3/4 volume. And then on the outside of the car, I'm going to do half volume and then full volume. This goes up to 60, so I'm at volume 15. So there's a quarter volume. Now let's go to half. All right, and now for 3/4 volume. All right, so now I'm in the Hyundai Santa Fe 2020 with the Infinity system. Now this does have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so I'm more directly connected in. The other one I was using a Bluetooth system to connect through the radio. So if you hear a little bit of distortion in the background, that might have been it. But overall, you can still get a good idea of what they sound like. So here is the first song on a quarter volume. Half volume. Three-quarters volume. Okay, now on to the next song. All right, so this is the alternative music song. That's what it's listed as. So back down to a quarter volume. Let's hear it. All right, now half volume. All right, here's the second song at a quarter volume. Half volume. Three-quarters. Alright, and now for our last song, the classical music. Starting off at a quarter volume. Try to find something a little bit fun, but again, mainly just for the instruments to hear the quality. Alright, so half volume. Three quarters. And here's the last song. Quarter volume. Half volume. Three quarters. All right, time for the outside. All right, so now for the outside test. And I will shut off the car just so that you don't hear the engine and the sound of, you know, all the ticking and everything. I just want you to hear the music as much as possible. I do have the media mod on, so that way it can get rid of some of the wind and stuff. It's a little breezy. It's not truly windy. All right, but so first test, half volume and then full volume. Here's half volume. And I have all four windows cracked at least a few inches. Pretty nice beat, right? All right, now full volume. All right, so the first song, going to do half volume. It's got a good beat. All right, full volume. All right, here's the alternative music, half volume. It's a good tune too, right? All right, now full volume. Right, now second song, half volume. Full volume. And here's the last track, half volume. And here's full. last song, last song, half volume. Full volume. Alright, so what do we have here? Two very different vehicles, of course, two very different sound systems. But again, the request was to see how well the Highlander does for its JBL system. So now we have something to really compare it to. I mean, I would have to say hands down, the Infinity system in the Santa Fe just bumps a lot harder, is a lot crisper. But for a 15, 16-year-old vehicle, that JBL system, it holds up really well. I think it sounds very good. I'm certainly going to be satisfied in it while I drive around. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What other systems do you think are comparable to the JBL system in the Highlander? And what have you noticed? Have you switched it out for anything else? I'm sure the people requesting this would certainly like to know, and anybody else watching as well. So I appreciate your time. Again, as always, hit that subscribe button down below. Be sure to hit the notification bell. I usually post about 1 or 2 times a week. SK Lifestyle, see you guys next time. Welcome everybody, SK Lifestyle of course. And per request, I'm gonna do a quick audio test on my 2005 Hyundai. Yeah, maybe not.